Don. Today I'm printing postcards. I'm going to put in an order. I'm going to actually have my frog painting again. This is the frog. It's basically acrylics is what this is. And it's on a, in fact, let me just show you. It's on one of these. I love the panels. They're smooth. If you hunt around, I got them at Hobby Lobby at half off. It was a half off sale they had, so I paid half of what this is. You can also order these in bulk online too, but that's basically what this is. It's Masonite for all practical purposes. Now, I've scanned this on one of my scanners, my flatbed scanners. You can also photo this and then touch up or whatever you need to do if there's any glare or anything. As you can see, there is some glare on this. I do washes on these. At the end of the day, this was created for a postcard design, as well as I've got a figure coming out with this. So we're going to hop over and show you exactly what I do, all the little steps, where I go to get the actual postcard printed. I pay someone. I pay a national company. For those who have bought my postcards, I've never had a complaint about quality or anything else like that. Now, before we go over there, let me just touch on what I do and why postcards and the whole works. I've created postcards in the past. Mostly for people as like a business, that's something they could give out as an advertisement or mail out as an advertisement, and quickly realized there's an easy way to make money by selling stuff like this, selling postcard designs or something like a head shop or a little art studio or something like that that takes consignments. It's always a good way to make some extra sales on stuff like that. These days, when I print something, I already have a buyer. Many times if I have something printed, the whole run may already be sold before it's ever even sent off to the printers. That's your basic goal you want. Now, I do art postcards too. It doesn't cost a fortune to print a bunch of postcards. You got to have some interest in them basically to begin with. I love art. For the cost of printing, say 100 postcards, I don't have to sell a ton of them. And to add value to them, you sign them on the back. You can make them limited. I only print so many of everything that I do as well, so that there's an interest to them. I never actually sell anything extra. Many times when you order stuff like this, you might get 5, 10, even 15 extra copies. Now, I never ever sell the extra ones. It's 100 and it's done. The minute you get something in like this, I sign them all, I number them all, and end the run right there. So let's hop over and show you how to order and give you the best advice, the best place I have found after ordering from many different sites. Okay, before I actually print the cards, I come in and I do any type of touch-ups or anything else like that that I may need. Now, I use Manga Studio Pro. Actually, it was sold. It's actually now Clip Studio Paint. It's the same thing as Photoshop. It has all the same tools. I usually use the spray can airbrush technique. Sometimes I'll use some other things. I do match colors through the eyedropper. On this one here, you can see touch-up wise, let me remove the original drawing and I'll just show you some of the touch-up work. Now, all this is what was touched up. I didn't like the colors here. I added some highlights. I cleaned up a few things here and there that just didn't transfer over like I wanted them to. So that's what I do with this aspect here. One other thing to think about, depending on the size of the actual image you are using, you may have some issues with where you sign it. So I usually create my signature digitally, so I can come back in and fix it. Now, I did sign it originally in the painting itself over here on the box, but I did just pretty much blot that out and then re-added it in here. Now, this is Got Print, and they are actually celebrating their 20th anniversary. I've been probably dealing with Got Print for about a decade. It's online specifically. I guess maybe they have a full-fledged location. It's a family business. They've been around for 20 years, as it says. I'm already logged in. This is my account. I've, as I said, had an account with them for quite some time. Now, they offer a ton of products: banners, cards, printing material, catalogs, calendars, refrigerator magnets too, which I do create and do stuff with. If you want to know where to get magnets and things, this is a great place to get them. What we're doing today is I'm going to print a couple postcard sizes pieces of the very same image, the frog that we just looked at. Now I'm going to go pick the postcard section first and go from there. Now you can pick it however you want. There's many different sizes, so if you want to do, let's say, like an ACEO card, like a one-of-a-kind trading card that you create yourself, you can do that with this company too. You may have to call them, but they pretty much do all of the basics. Now I like the standardized postcard size, the standard version, which is 3.5 by 5.5, and that is what I am going to print. Now you can pick it by the location, the orientation. It's horizontal or vertical. Now the frog is a vertical one, so I'm going to pick it at that. Now other things to consider are some of the actual types of paper. Now a standard postcard is usually 14 points. Could be a little thicker than that possibly, but usually it's 14 points. It just depends on what you want to do with it actually, what you're expecting out of it. Now some of the other ones, they have some better material like 16 point. In fact, let's pick one of the 18 points here just to give you a price structure. Now I usually print 100 or less of anything I do. Now these are extremely thick postcards, so you can kind of get an idea on price. So 100 of these really thick postcards is $33.69. Now you can pick a different quantity. We can go all the way down to 25. So if you just want like a small print run, you can get that too, but it's not that much different. So I always recommend, if you're going to go to something like that, just get a bigger one, a bigger print run. Now I'm actually just going to use my standard gloss cover. This is a 14-point gloss cover. Again, standard stock for postcards. Full color on both sides. Now I'll show you the back in just a minute. 100 quantity is what I'm going to get. That is the smallest option you can get on these cheaper paper cards. Now rounded corners, if you want, like say a modernized one with rounded corners, you can do the rounded corners if you so wish. Now I'm going to do on the high gloss UV coat on the front only. Now you can remove the gloss by going up here and just going to uncoated cover. It does, I believe, add some to the cost. Now look at the cost here. Now it's $16.36. This is without shipping though, but it's 100 of them. The other one was $33 plus shipping just for that same amount with the higher quality paper. Now let's go ahead and get down here. We want regular business. Now rush is not available because of the type of printing. Now if you go up into the higher valued printing runs, you can get those rushed out. Not a huge ordeal. Now process type, upload files now. You could use their designer, you can manually process, or you can let them design it. Now that's going to cost you. I do everything myself, and that's how I've always done it too. You can estimate shipping. I don't really care what the cost of shipping. I'm getting it done anyway. So we're going to start here, and we're going to go and upload the face. This is the front of my postcard. So we're going to do the small version, which is the standard 3.5 by 5.5 postcard here. Usually 600 DPI or better is what I use. Now when it pops up here, you're going to see this. Now you can click fit, or you can go ahead and move it around. And I just go ahead and shrink it down like this, and I position it myself. Now you see these lines here. If it's in the blue, everything is fine and you are good to go. That red area is where a bleed is, where if you don't make it go all the way past that red, you may have a little bit of white around the object. So I run it past the actual far edge of this, which is the cut line, which is where the black line is. So that's what I do. So let's go ahead and line this up here. So I pretty much try and get as much as I can. I cover up so I am at the black line. And then we go ahead and we're going to figure this out here into that section. So this is what your image is going to be. It pretty much crops it down so you can see everything that's going on the image. It's right where I want it. I've got a little bit of bleed, as you can see, so the signature is still there on the face of this. So we're going to continue now. And now we're going to upload the back design to this. Again, I've got a couple different versions I tried out. This is the one I actually went with. Now this is my back. Now you can rotate it how you want so you know which way it's going to run. This is one that I designed myself. Something you can easily do, so no need to hire somebody or anything like that. If you've got basic artistic skills, most of this should be fairly simple and easy for you to do. Now we're going to stretch it out again. I use that black outside line to make sure that nothing is left out that I want. I always do my illustrations a little bigger to give me a little bit of room to play with. Okay, so we're going to leave it right there. That is what I am happy with. Instant preview. It cuts it down so you can see exactly what's going to show up on the card. Now let's view proofs. That's going to pop up and show you again. This is a proof, so if they printed it off, this is what it's going to look like. So you can actually from here download a PDF to preview exactly what this is going to look like. So if you're happy with it, then we're going to go back over to here. You need to put your initials on it. And then we're going to add to the cart. Now I'm going to order something else since we're here. I'm going to order one more item. We're going to go to 4x6. And again, we want vertical. We're going to pick size now. Let's see, what do we want here? We're going to pick 14 count. Then we're going to pick full color front, full color both sides actually on this one. And then we're going to select 100. No rounded corners. We only want UV coating on the front. Normal shipping process. Everything else is fine. So now we're going to go upload the images. So let's go ahead and now we're going to upload the other image. And this is going to be for the larger size. Now I do have the signature in different spots depending on the size of the actual item because it's the only way to actually make sure that it's cropped correctly by the size of the images that I do. Then we're going to fit it and make sure we've got everything in here. Move it over just a hair. Okay, that should do it. So let's go here. Then we're going to go ahead and upload the back image again. We're using the same back. We can just stretch it out a little bit. So here's my back. I've positioned it in there and I've got it all set ready to go. So we're going to view the proofs. So we just make sure that everything looks the way we want it before we do anything else. This should be the finalized version of what we are doing. And if you're happy with everything, then we can just go back up over to here. We can initial it and then add to the cart. Now from here, all you're going to do is go to your cart and take care of the order, pay for it if that's what you want. So everything is here and ready to go. This is all you need left to do. Just secure checkout, pay for it, and it's going to ship to your house. So basically for $36 plus shipping, I have 200 postcards that I can sell for $10, $15 a piece across the board. So there's a lot of money potential here. Again, it takes you some time. You've got to have the good, right artwork for it. Everything has got to be satisfactory in quality. Again, that's why I use this site, Got Print. But anyway, that's what I have for you today.